One of the most important things when you buy a historic home is for you to realize that the most defining features typically are the windows and the doors and the porches of your home. So if you do decide to change those, you want to be sure that you're not only preserving the historic character, but the actual property values of your home. One of the things that people often think, and it's a big myth, that you've got to rush out and get replacement windows. There's actually been a very definitive study by the National Trust for Historic Preservation that if you restore and refurbish the existing historic windows that you have, you're going to save money not only for the initial purchase of replacement windows or doors, but also because the historic materials are actually far more energy efficient than new replacement windows over time. You can read that study on the Preservation Dayton website. If you refurbish your windows and doors, it costs less, it's far more energy efficient, and you're not only preserving the character of your own home. You can see from this beautiful streetscape here, you've got the entire street that's consistent with the historic character of this neighborhood. Here's a great example. This homeowner here retained the 6/6 historic windows, and then they added exterior storm windows. There's also companies out there where you can measure yourself and get interior storms and screens as well. So again, there's a lot of solutions out there to make sure you're achieving the energy efficiency of your historic materials and adding even more energy efficiency. I think one of the other great things when I started out as a new homeowner, never owned a house before, do-it-yourself refurbishing of your windows and doors is really a great way to teach yourself how to do wood restoration, how to rehang double-hung windows. Instead of running out to a big box store and spending all that money, I went ahead and we renovated a huge Victorian home and redid every single window. I think the other key tip is you don't have to do it all at once. You know, we worked on the windows that were the worst first to gain our energy efficiency and make our house airtight. And it was a great project that we love doing. It's a great example of where retaining the original character of your home not only contributes to the value of your home, but it retains the character of this whole entire street. So here we've got 3 historic homes that have retained the original 6/6 windows with all the original window trim, the original doors, and the dimensional mullions, which add so much character to windows. You can see the unique configuration of this window here in the upper story in this simple folk Victorian home. Also with the arches in that small window on the side and the arches here in this window. So you can see how great the windows and the doors really communicate the personality and historic character of this home. It's a really great example of how this owner actually hired a local craftsman and she retained the original Italianate curved configuration of her windows. And again, you see the original dimensional mullions. Many times with replacement windows, you just slap up a one-dimensional set of mullions. Here, the owner of this house loved her house so much that she had every window refurbished, retaining its original configuration with the original windows as they were created for this somewhat conservative Italianate Victorian home. So here are several other great examples. You can see in these Italianate homes right here that the curved windows have been maintained. It would have been much easier for the owners of the house to put in a square replacement window, but instead they've retained the complete character of their homes. Many times it's very tempting, especially with basement windows, to just tear them out and either put in solid wood or, heaven forbid, glass brick block. But here you can see the owners of this home also hired a local carpenter who was able to rebuild the original basement window frames and retain the character of the home. This was done about 20 years ago, and you can see how well good wood, if it's kept painted, retains itself. And again, another example of beautiful Italianate windows with exterior storm windows put on for energy efficiency, but retaining the original character of the home.
Here we have an example of a curved bay window here. And this has 3 curved sashes and curved glass. About a year ago, this was water just pouring over it, and the wood in the windows were taking in all the water. And the owner here has completely restored this. And what's really important here is they got it soon enough where they didn't have to rebuild the curved sashes, and obviously they've been able to retain the curved glass.